Hello, everyone. Besides COVID-19, one of the hottest topic around is cryptocurrency. Is the price going up? Is the price coming down? My name is Richard Tan from Success Resources. We are the world leading education provider. Every week, I'll be making video talking about cryptocurrency investing. So if this is a topic that you are interested to learn more about, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Gently tap the thumbs up button and click on the notification bell so that when we run this program, any video, you will be the first to know. Today, we are very, very happy and very privileged to have my good friend and somebody that's very, very knowledgeable in the area of wealth creation, in the area of investing, in the area of education, financial education. We'd like to welcome Dr. Clemen Chiang.
Yay! Thank you, Richard, for having me.
For joining us again today. I have a few questions for you, Dr. Clemen Chiang. We want to borrow your wisdom for all our viewers in this video right now. Okay, the first question for you, Dr. Clemen Chiang, is there are much news in the market today, especially the crypto market, from the recent Jerome Powell Fed report to Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy raising money, billions of dollars to raise money to buy the dip, to Tim Dapper's prediction of Bitcoin reaching 250,000 per Bitcoin, even in this year price. Many ordinary, unsophisticated investors, we are really confused. What is really happening to Bitcoin and the market as a whole? Your wisdom, please, Dr. Clemen.
Wow, Richard, what a great question to start off our show for today. And once again, thank you for having me. So you mentioned a very powerful name right here, and that's none other than Tim Draper. So I want to give our audience a really behind the scene to understand why it is important to kind of know the insider of the crypto world. And this is really like the godfather at the very, very beginning. I want to switch over my screen right here, and I encourage all of you to do a simple search. Tim Draper, FBI, Bitcoin. Just forwards, all right? Tim Draper, FBI, Bitcoin. And what you get to see over here is really, really amazing stuff, because you get to see he started really from the beginning. And his words carry weight. Why? Because back in 2014, when none of us were talking about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, Tim Draper paid for $19 million to own 30,000 Bitcoin, mama. And if you take 30,000 Bitcoin multiply against the price of Bitcoin today, you know he's a very, very serious venture capitalist. And in fact, back then, those 30,000 Bitcoins were seized by the US Marshals and auctioned to the public. So 3 things we can learn from Tim Draper here. Number 1, you want to be a visionary, you want to make a big pot of cash, you got to be a first mover. And he was really, really the first mover back in 2014, and no one was talking about Bitcoin, and he put the money down where his mouth is. Wow. $19 million, number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, US Marshals confiscated the Bitcoin from some other folks and decided to auction to the public. But point 2 right now, in recent years, in fact, just last year, November, the FBI confiscated Bitcoin. But this time around, they didn't auction to the public. They kept it for the government treasury. So this is a sign that we have something really valuable right here. And point number 3, you want to get in early, where you put the mouth is, then you start calculating, what must I do today with the kind of cryptocurrency investment that can position me to be a millionaire of the crypto world? Wow. So, Richard, this is a really fantastic question. And bear in mind, you know, Federal Reserve Chairman has just announced he might be hiking the interest rates in the year 2023, kind of pull forward earlier. And as a result, we straight away do a price comparison on the chart of Bitcoin. So this is a 1-year chart of Bitcoin, and I'm going to move over here again to kind of bring into recollection for all of our audience here why it's so important to study the 40,000 and the 30,000 channel right here. And if I'm going to zoom in onto this particular spot, I'm going to zoom in right over here, and we're going to take a real close look from the point of announcement. And you know, Richard, I was sitting through the entire interview, watching CNBC live. He came on board at 2 a.m. Singapore time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Wow.
As he spoke, wow, that's one of the best economics class I ever attended. Because at the end of his announcement, he opened up the floor to all the journalists in the media. And we have journalists from Bloomberg, CNN, CNBC, Yahoo Finance firing off questions at him. And basically everybody want to know, hey, Chairman, what are you doing about the interest rates? And as he spoke, kind of interesting, Bitcoin price start to fall. And this falling is still within what we have what we have predicted. It is within the very healthy range of between 40 to 30,000. And I can tell all of you guys here, this is a golden window right here because you have two very interesting transition points. One is exactly what Richard has been asking us. Is it going to go up or go down? And we say that if it's going to go up, we are going to see regulators putting more regulation into the world of Bitcoin, but that gives us much more legitimacy. Now, if it's going to go down, then this is where we have finally experienced the kiss of the death cross. Back to you, Richard.
Okay, thank you for your update on this. Okay, next question is, I just move a little bit out of Bitcoin to the second most popular cryptocurrency, that's Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is going to have something happening in the next 7 days, yeah, which is the implementation of Ethereum 2.0 on testnet. In fact, implementing Ethereum EIP 1559. It's going to happen not too far away, just 7 days. So, Dr. Clemen, my second question is, can you explain in layman terms what is that and what is its significance and how is it going to impact price, right? The Ethereum price in terms of our investing strategy, and also what should we do? So, Dr. Clemen.
Wow, that's a really latest update, Richard. And thank you for sharing with the community this movement by Ethereum Foundation. Now, three major takeaways that we're going to learn from this very, very important announcement is this. Number one, the whole world right now is focusing on reducing carbon emission. And all this, really, the discourse was started by Tesla founder Elon Musk, whereby he denounced Bitcoin simply because he said, oh, we are tapping into fossil energy. That's not good for planet Earth. And as a result, Tesla is not going to accept Bitcoin as a form of payment. And then just a few days away, which was past few days away, he again announced on Twitter that we might consider accepting Bitcoin if it's energy efficient by 50% or more. So point number one started the whole debate, whole ESG discourse started by Elon Musk because he's such a powerful influential, got everybody focusing on this spotlight. How can we be more energy efficient? How can we reduce carbon emission? So as a result, step two, you know, for the Ethereum Foundation, we've been talking for the longest time between the concept of proof of work versus proof of stake. Now, proof of work and proof of stake, what's the difference? Proof of work right now is extremely energy inefficient. And as a result, they want to migrate over to proof of stake. As long as anybody out there who owns an Ethereum, you can be part of the nodes to transmit Ether. And this will thereby reduce carbon emission by 99.5%. And I think they felt the urgency because of this whole movement about Tesla and Bitcoin. And they say, okay, holy moly, in a few days, we're going to introduce migration from proof of works over to proof of stakes and get everyone out there to try to get as many Ethers as possible and become the nodes as part of the ecosystem. So this is the major second point. But the third point is the one that's really exciting because when they move over to proof of stakes, they are essentially saying that, okay, you know, we have unlimited supply of Ether. We're going to start burning Ethers away. And as we reduce the supply, then potentially the demand goes up. And according to the law of economics, the price will go and shoot for the moon. but that is something, you know, we are still looking at Ethereum and Bitcoin. Ethereum is fixed at 21 million. No one can contest that. But it's also good for Ethereum Foundation, to say that, hey, we're going to start burning our ethers away to reduce the supply, and thereby everyone has a chance to participate in the cryptocurrency wealth. Back to you, Richard.
That's very good. So which means to say that every day there may be thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions of transaction, right, in Ether. And every time there's a transaction, Ether will be burned away. And as such, it keep the number stable so that the supply and demand, and because it keep the number stable or even reduce, so less supply, and hence the price may affect the price, right? So I'm very, very excited about,
yes.
I'm very, very excited about it. Okay, the next question, Dr. Clemen, is this. There's so many things that's happening, right? Elon Musk have been big influence, and then we have Michael Saylor, and then recently we have just El Salvador adopting Bitcoin as a legal tender of the country, and then we also got China shutting down mining in many of their provinces, and then we have India actually banning cryptocurrency, and then reverse a little bit, not banning but in a sense of setting rules and boundary. Then we have UK, Bank of England making comments, and we have many things that's happening in the market, right? So I want to ask you this question. What is your word of wisdom for many unsophisticated investors like myself and many who are listening in, right, under this condition?
Wow, this is a great question once again, Richard. We are looking at really interesting times, and I don't think my father's generation, my grandfather's generation will ever have a chance to see this. So we are right now at a very, very important crossroads. Now, statistically, right now, what we know, there are about 700 million Bitcoin users. And that means to say they have a wallet, they have a Bitcoin in their wallet, there are about 700 million. But if you look at the total world's population count by that standard, we are still far away from a complete adoption throughout planet Earth. And that's the reason why I want to say to our audience right here, there is a major groundswell right now. And this groundswell is leading to a major movement. And that is exactly why, there's so many of us keep coming to Richard and say, hey, Richard, you got to lead this movement and get us into the right direction, because if we look at all the ecosystems of the world, the greatest teacher of them all from the bottom of my heart is actually Richard Tan, because he's the one assembling all these great teachers for us to help us upgrade to the next level in terms of our knowledge, in terms of our wisdom. And since 2018, Success Resources have been going around the world, 40 over countries, just to implement the CIS version 1.0. And that's a crypto investment summit. And this is like huge program. And that's the reason why right now we also have a ground cell within our community. And let me tell you what that is all about. We are coming to Richard Tan and say, hey, Richard, we want to nominate you as our leader, the undisputed leader. Take us for this movement and take us to different continents of the world, from Africa to Europe to Asia. Take us to the parts of the world we never even stepped into, including El Salvador. And if we look at pictures of El Salvador, that's an exciting place. Bitcoin is able to help these kind of countries to have a chance to break through. Now, we are privileged in a developing and developed country, but my question to the audience is, what are you doing about it? How are you helping those? Because we can only run as fast as the slowest guy around us. If the slowest guy is running too slow, we got to perhaps take a step back and help them first. That's why we go to Richard and say, Richard, this is the time. You got to lead us, boss, and take us to the world and decentralized finance and spread to everybody.
Dr. Clemen, your statement are really, I'm a humble person. Really humble me, okay, your statement. But let's see whether we can do something about it. Now, tomorrow, on Saturday, we have a program called Power of Momentum. Now, this is a gathering, a follow-up of a gathering of 15,000 people who have been to the program by Anthony Robbins called Unleash the Power Within. So this is a post Unleash the Power Within program, and we are expecting a couple of thousands of people that show up because they want to continue. They want to continue the initial momentum that they have first developed in that program. So the program is going to be tomorrow, Saturday, 10 a.m. UK time and 5 p.m. Singapore time. And we would like to invite everyone who is listening or watching this video to come and attend this program so that you too can continue the momentum you have in your life, right, to create results. So Dr. Clemen, what have you got to say to the people that is watching this video?
Wow, Richard, you just mentioned the most sexy name I heard just now, and that's none other than Tony Robbins. And you know, when you talk about him, my hair will just start to stand and my goose pimple will just kind of pop out, because that's my teacher, the teacher that inspired me to become a millionaire by the age of 30 years old. And he continues to inspire me. I attended UPW 2 times. The first time, and it was you, truly you, Richard, you brought Tony Robbins to Asia, and I was right there. I say, I got to sign up. I was still a poor student in university. And I say, no matter what, I got to go to the program. I meet the author in person. I've been there, done that. I walked through the fire, not 1 time, but 2 times. And that kind of burned in me. I say, wow. And that is crazy moment. That momentum continued until the year of the year before the pandemic. That was in 2019. 2019, I attended the second time UPW and walked through the fire again. Wow. And continue the momentum. And that's the reason why when you speak about this name, Tony Robbins, I'm telling all of you, you got to come. You don't come, you must be crazy, because this is a guy that sorted out my internal wiring system and got me also passionate in the work I do. And I find meaning in the work I do because he has structured a system that says, hey, it's not going to just jump for the few days, but the jump for the rest of your life. And that's the energy that we're transferring to you. If you don't come for tomorrow, I don't know what else you want to do.
Yeah. Okay, good news is you come as our guest, my guest and Dr. Clemen's guest. Okay, so tomorrow, the link is below. Just click the link, Power Momentum, tomorrow, 10 a.m. UK time and 5 p.m. Singapore time. Come as our guest.
Yeah.
Thank you. The link below.
See you guys tomorrow.
Yes. And thank you so much. We want to wish you wealth, health, and happiness in your life till our next video. Thank you, Clemen, and thank you everyone that is watching this video.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.